On the news tonight, tripartite committee meets on new minimum wage. Stakeholders re-emphasize need for review of last year's electoral law ahead of 2025 local government elections. Plus, latest in the ever-busy world of sports. Good evening and thanks for joining us on NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. I am Musa Tolian. Meeting of the Tripartite Committee on National Minimum Wage has commenced at Nikon Luxury, Abuja. The representatives of the federal and state governments are the first to arrive and are holding a separate meeting before the arrival of the organized labor and organized private sector. Present in a closed-door meeting include the Minister of State, Labor and Employment, Nkiruka Onyejecha, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edun, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Hope Uzodimma, the Governor of Imo State, representing the governors, and the Chairman, National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission, Ekpo Nta. The journey towards an improved cancer treatment and care in Nigeria got a boost with a national symposium on cancer genomics, precision oncology care, and precision community health for Black population. Uche Ugochukwu reports that the importance of the collaboration and innovation in addressing the disparities in cancer care and outcomes among Black populations was the high point of the event in Abuja.
Since 1960, advancing cancer treatment and care has top priority of Nigerian government. With precision medicine, there is hope of tailoring cancer treatments to individual patients, taking into account their unique genetic makeup and other factors. In the light of this, the symposium brought together experts from across the medical and research fields to share insights, innovations, and strategies in the battle against cancer, with special focus on the unique challenges faced by Black communities.
It is imperative, therefore, that we embrace precision oncology.
One Health, still talking about health. One Health approach, a convergence of key stakeholders, both in healthcare and environment, are joining forces to mitigate prevalence of zoonotic diseases in Nigeria and across the world. Medical experts on Good Morning Nigeria say it is sacrosanct because continuous interaction between humans and animals make vulnerability to zoonotic diseases a concern. Lydia Samson reports.
60% origin of diseases linked to animals, as well as a low health literacy. Mitigating zoonotic diseases remains challenging. Experts are emphatic that simple hand washing when in contact with animals, surfaces, proper washing of vegetables and cooking of meat must be taken seriously.
Because of globalization, it's very difficult for it to be controlled because there will always be, there will be continuous interaction between humans and animals. People need to get source of income. They have to go out there. There's continuous agricultural processes going on. So these are things that you cannot easily say stop. However, you can mitigate, and let's look at it in the aspect of agent, host, and environment.
It severely impacts on the economy. Number one, a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. So when many people are sick, productivity will go down.
Those zoonotic diseases originate from both domestic and wild animals. Experts say vaccination of domestic animals, especially dogs, can help mitigate human rabies. With more training on infection prevention, in addition to surveillance systems, cases of zoonotic diseases are identified for prompt action.
We need a lot of laboratory infrastructure. We have made some progress in the last 10 years, but I think we still need to expand our laboratory capacity, our ability to deal with pathogens. I mean, germs like bacteria, viruses, and the rest of that.
They called for proactive measures across the value chains, reiterating that zoonotic diseases are not restricted by borders or boundaries. Therefore, all key players must be on the same page to mitigate the replication of COVID-19 global lockdown. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
National Human Rights Commission has expressed the need for engaging with stakeholders from diverse sectors to ensure a comprehensive and inclusive approach to preventing human rights violations, including torture and other inhuman and degrading treatments in Nigeria. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojukwu, made this known in a strategic meeting on preventing of torture in Nigeria.
Grave violation of human rights that has no place in any civilized society. It reflects unimaginable suffering on its victims and undermines the very fabric of humanity and democracy.
Like we could see that the Nigerian government is a responsive one, and Nigeria joined the Committee of Nations by passing the National Mental Health Act of 2021 in December 2022. And one of the provisions, among others, in that document is the protection of the right of people with mental health and psychosocial disabilities.
He explained that the engagement is to foster a robust framework and initiatives that will effectively safeguard the rights and dignity of all Nigerians. The strategic meeting on prevention of torture in Nigeria presents a critical step towards fulfilling Nigerians' commitment under the optional protocol Convention Against Torture, as well as enhancing the protection of human rights in places of deprivation of liberty. The Vice-Chancellor of Lagos State University, Professor Ibiyemi Ibilola Olatunji Bello, says the institution is committed to producing high-quality graduates that will excel in the labor market in all parts of the world. The university then stated this during the 27th convocation ceremony of the university. Nwabufo Uwoye has the details.
Of the Lagos State University towards promoting education as the bedrock for national development cannot be overemphasized with the outstanding performances of students of the 2022/2023 academic session. On the 27th convocation ceremony of the institution, 11,195 graduates of the 2022/2023 academic session were celebrated. First degree program was 8,477 students in number, out of which 153 graduates clinched first class, while the best graduating student with a CGPA of 4.98 came from Accounting Education Department.
I'm happy to announce that Oladele Mubarak Olawale of the Accounting Education Department with a CGPA of 4.98 first class honors is our best graduating student for this session. While for masters, Olaitan Adidas Damilola with a CGPA of 4.78, also of educational management. He is the best graduating student for this year. Apart from the 89 doctorate awardees, we shall confer honorary doctorate degrees on 2 eminent Nigerians.
The Vice-Chancellor, Lagos State University, Professor Ibiyemi Bello, said the school has been able to sustain uninterrupted academic session, embarking on rigorous research and upholding highest global standards.
Namely, Faculty of Analytical Sciences, Faculty of Pharmacy, Faculty of Environmental Sciences, School of Library and Global Information Science, which is the first in West Africa and set up in Africa. We also secured approval to mount
The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, assured of commitment to developing the education sector as he gave handsome award to the best graduating student and also advised the students to take their studies seriously. It is also worthy to note that recently the state government has appointed 10 LASU Law alumni as judges of the Lagos High Court. In Lagos, Mwabu Fonwoye, NTA News.
As the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission, LASEC intensifies plans for the forthcoming local government elections in July 2025, stakeholders have emphasized the need to put in place an electoral legal framework that would ensure a level playing field for all political parties in the state. This was at a one-day stakeholders meeting aimed at reviewing the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission law. The report.
Persons with disability should be taken care of in terms of voting.
Babatunde is visually impaired, and he is expressing the concerns of persons with disabilities who usually feel disenfranchised during an electioneering period. He is joining other stakeholders to make input into the review of the Lagos State Independent Electoral Law 2008 as amended.
We have a series of amendments to that law.
During an overview of the LASEC electoral law, it was agreed that several grey areas need to be reviewed in tune with current political realities.
Local government election could be said to be the bedrock of democracy in any society. Aside from being an essential feature of modern participatory democracy, to achieve this objective, there must be a sustainable legal framework.
The objective of our electoral law review are comprehensive and far-reaching. They reflect our commitment to a democratic process that is fair, transparent, inclusive, and efficient.
Lagos House of Assembly is expected to sit on the proposed electoral law amendment in days to come.
We have to review because we don't want a situation where we're not able to provide laws that will now be obstacles to the majority of the political parties and even the electorates of Lagos State.
Participants react to the outcome of the gathering.
In every aspect of their operation of the LASEC, they should look at it very well and do the necessary amendments so that no party will feel shortchanged at the end of the day.
As the board that is saddled with the responsibility of conducting an election, they must look for new innovations.
If this can be happening maybe quarterly or yearly rather, I think people will know what to do before the election, during the election and after the election.
The need for amendments to the Local Government Electoral Tribunal law was also discussed. In Lagos, the Police Service Commission has approved the appointment of AIG Yahya Sabo Abubakar as Deputy Inspector General of Police, representing Northwest Geopolitical Zone in the police management team. In a statement, the Commission has also approved the promotion of 122 other senior police officers, 10 commissioners of police to the next rank of Assistant Inspectors General, 15 Deputy Commissioners of Police to Substantive Commissioners, and 36 Assistant Commissioners of Police to Deputy Commissioners. Similarly, 61 Chief Superintendents of Police were also elevated to the next rank of Assistant Commissioners of Police. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Police Service Commission, Solomon Arase, has charged the newly promoted officers to be genuinely committed to their sacred responsibility of securing the Nigerian nation by effectively protecting lives and property, preventing and containing crimes and criminality across the nation. Arase pledged the Commission's readiness to ensure that promotions of officers and men are regular and predictable. The pupils of Dominican Nursery and Primary School have been exposed to the rudiments of television broadcast as the school management brought them on a tour to NTA Lagos Channel 10. Mary Effiong captured the mood of the excited children on tour.
No doubt had watched from the comfort of their homes, broadcaster and various programs transmitted for their view. The story, however, is no longer the same for their children, as their education outside the four walls of their classroom has exposed them to the nitty-gritty. Their tour began from the newsroom, took them to the videos transmission room and the studios, where they were educated on various functions of this unit in the broadcast station.
The news division, and this is where the magic starts. This is where the magic starts. This is where we put our stories, our reports together, and you see the newscaster on here reading it. And this is where they do all of that magic.
These are called monitors. They are not television, they are called monitors, okay? So, and if you notice, this screen is split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 channels. So that's why it's called the master control room. It is book and check for broadcast. What do we do here?
Check the program when it is good and fit for broadcast.
Yes. You are the gatekeeper here. You are the one that will tell you the program can go on here or not. So that's what we do here. Any question? We have other materials, or you can't get there. We use our DVD, use some of the materials to check the programs if they are okay.
Microphones. We have the unidirectional microphones. We have the omnidirectional microphones. But we majorly use the omnidirectional microphones here so they can take whatever sound we are getting from this place.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to NTA Channels 10 at 7.
With excitement, they expressed their experience after the tour.
We've learned so many things today. We went to the NTA room to cast news. We went to the master control room. We went to the film library. I've learned so many today.
I like to be a journalist in future.
The teachers described the exposure as an impactful experience which the children will remember for a lifetime.
Education is actually one of the most important aspects of learning because all our learnings don't end in the classroom. The children need to be exposed to the outside world to know how one or two things are being done. Like today we are in NTA Channel 10, Lagos. We want to expose them to see how news are being casted and how other things are being done, which they have actually learned a lot today and they're excited to be here.
But today they're able to see, have touch of it, and we're able to also replicate what they've been watching on the television.
In all, the Dominican Nursery and Primary School located at 7/11 Oludegu Avenue, Mafuluku, Oshodi, Lagos pupils had fun playing table tennis and unwinding at the bouncing castle. In Lagos, Mary F. Young, NTA News.
Indeed, excitement laced with fun. At this point, you're still watching NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. Please stay tuned. The news continues after this quick break.
What we're basically doing today is to search for the tastiest biscuits ever on the playground. Are you guys ready? Yeah! The search starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Sona biscuits are rich in flavor, nourishment, and excitement. Grab a bite today.
This is what happens when we elect public servants and don't tell them what to do for us. Voting is not the end. It is just the beginning.
Glad to know that you're still staying tuned to NTA Lagos Channel 10 News at 7. And now to our foreign news. U.S. calls for transparency in Gaza school strike. Mola Oreolua has details of this and more on our foreign desk.
The U.S. has urged Israel to be fully transparent about an airstrike on Gaza school.
that reportedly killed 35 people, including 14 children. Israel claims it targeted Hamas compound in the school, but Gaza's Hamas-run government denies this. The US has asked Israel to publicly identify the Hamas fighters it claims to have killed in the strike. Israel has released the names of 9 Hamas and Islamic Jihad fighters it says were killed and promises to release more information. The US is pushing for a ceasefire and a permanent end to hostilities in Gaza, with a proposed 3-part plan that includes a 6-week ceasefire, humanitarian aid, and a prisoner exchange. The plan has the support of Germany, France, and Britain, but there has been no sign of breakthrough in the negotiation. Moving on, Narendra Modi will be sworn in as India's Prime Minister for the 3rd term on Sunday. Modi's party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, won 24 seats in the recent election. With the support of allied parties, the BJP has a total of 293 seats, enough to form a government. Modi's party did not win a majority on its own, but has secured enough support from allies to lead the government. The new government will be announced soon, along with ministerial appointments and key portfolios. Regional parties are expected to receive concessions such as special status for their states in exchange for their support. That's it on foreign news. I am Orolua Mola.
Action. Let's now join Mariam Adelakun as she brings us latest update in the world of entertainment.
Nigerian singer Tems has reflected on her experience in Ugandan prison, surprisingly calling it a blessing in disguise. Tems revealed that her time behind bars humbled her and granted her a new perspective on life. She and fellow artist Omale were arrested in 2020 for defying COVID-19 protocols by performing at a crowded concert. Tems' experiences in prison opened her eyes to the struggles of others and made her more appreciative in a way she had never been before. Despite the challenges, Tems' view.
Up next is Sports Update.
The die is cast as the Super Eagles are set to take on Bafana of South Africa Friday evening in Uyo. The two sides rounded off their training schedules hours ago with the determination to deploy different tactics in search of the maximum point at stake to qualify for the 2026 World Cup.
It's actually a must-win for us, knowing fully well that we only have 2 points from 6 available points that we're supposed to have in the first 2 qualifiers that we played. Meanwhile, I know that the South Africans will also be coming with a sort of a revenge, knowing fully well what we did against them during the Nations Cup back in January.
Nigeria is actually third behind these nations. Is it the time for them to drop down? I do not think so. But for the home-based player, it's a very good way to make a pronouncement because Finidi George has actually had faith in them as we have clamored for, and it's for them not to disappoint him.
In the Nigerian Premier League, one of the biggest fixtures taking place this weekend is in Enugu, as former African champions Enyimba Football Club of Aba will lock arms with Enugu Rangers in search of the 2024 title. Only 2 points separated both teams on the top of the table. With Rangers having the upper hand, this match may be a breaker for which of the teams will win the 2024 trophy. And in tennis, for the first time, Jasmine Paolini will play her first Grand Slam title match this weekend. After winning a semi-final match on Thursday, the Italian will face 3-time Roland Garros champion Iga Swiatek in Saturday's final. With sports updates, Olumide Egutola.
Well, here's wishing our Super Eagles all the best as they file out against the Bafana of South Africa. Well, at this point, we'd like to say many thanks for joining us on NTA Lagos and News at 7 to enjoy the rest of your night.
At Sona Plastics, customers' needs are our priority. We give you all the attention you need. With us, our customers are king. Located at Kilometer 40, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway, Ijoko, Ogun State. Sona Plastics Limited. We're just a phone call away. Contact us 3080-2783-5332. You can reach us through any of our lines and social media handles. Sona Plastics Limited. Come, let us treat you like a king.
Guys, what we're basically doing today is
you tie it in any design that you want. After that, put the dye. That is tie and dye.
Talking the